Technique is really all that matters when it comes to a good makeup routine. I'm on the hunt for my perfect routine, so I'm going to be trying different methods from different celebrity makeup artists until I find it. Today we're starting off with Makeup by Mario. Doesn't do much for skin prep, but he starts off with a really good thick moisturizer. He always starts the makeup routine by doing the brows, and I completely agree with that. He doesn't really do anything special. He just starts off by filling any gaps with a pencil, and then he always tries to avoid this front area. I've actually noticed that most celebrity makeup artists like a more natural fluffy brow, which might just be the sign I need to stop doing these really intense laminated brows. He actually doesn't use eyeshadow primer. He just puts a little bit of concealer on the lids, and then he sets it into place with a little bit of powder. He starts every eye look by tightlining the upper lash line. Usually I hate the way tightlining looks on me, but we're gonna trust the process. And he also does a really thin line on the outer lash line. Using the other side of the pencil, he uses this brush to blend it out. For shadow, he starts off by using shade 8 of the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. Focuses the product on the outer corner, and then he builds it upwards and outwards. Then he goes in with shade 6 and he blends that out into the crease. Lastly, he mixes shade 1 and 3 together and he pats that into the inner corner to open up the eyes. Then he goes in with his liquid eyeshadow on his lower lash line. He said he never brings his concealer up to his lower lash line, which is so weird for me. Next, we're gonna curl the lashes and put on some falsies. For foundation, he never puts it directly on the face, and then he always works from the center of the face outwards. And he puts minimal to no product on the spots that he's gonna be using bronzer. For the under eyes, I've never really seen it done this way, but he mixes a color corrector with a concealer. He places this underneath the eye, brings it down the sides of the nose. Then he puts a little bit more of a brighter color into the inner corner. One thing I've never seen before is that before he puts on any cream products, he sets his entire face first. For the under eyes, first he goes in with a lighter color of powder to brighten, and then for the rest of the face, he goes in with a bit of a darker color. For the areas that tend to get greasy, he goes in with a powder puff and he presses that powder in. One of the most unexpected things I've seen him do is put his cream contour directly on his face. He uses a stick for the cheeks. He also does this pretty high on the cheekbones to get that lifted effect. For the rest of the face, he uses the skin enhancer. He focuses this on the sides of the forehead. I'm pretty sure this helps narrow out the face. He sculpts the jaw with this as well. And then over top of that, he applies his powder bronzer. And then for the nose contour, he takes his powder and an eyeshadow brush. He just starts off by the brow bone and drags the product down. For blush, once again, he goes in with his skin enhancer. He actually starts off by applying the blush on the apples of his cheek, and then over top of this he uses a peachy tone powder blush. I'm honestly fully obsessed with his lip liner method. He starts slightly over the lip line in the center of the lip, then as he works towards the edges he stays within the lip line. Then he puts a little bit of lipstick in the center of the lip. Last but not least, he puts a clear gloss over top. This is the completed look using Makeup by Mario's technique. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if this suits me, and let me know whose makeup technique I should try next. Love you guys. Bye.